and welcome to the Circle of Love and Light. I'm your host, Jane Mountrose. I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Loola Mora. And I think we have a very special hour for you today. Our topic is opening to your soul's highest purpose, greatness, and joy. And with the arrival of summer, we're going to do an oracle reading with the angels, focusing on the opening that's available in the richness and fullness of summer. So this is going to be good.
Excited.
Buddy's here too with us, as he often is. Anyhow, in the higher dimensions of reality, all of us have the potential to connect with our unique genius, which is a characteristic of the soul's highest purpose and greatness. We'll also do a special meditation to bring in the magical, mystical frequencies of energy that correspond to the soul's presence in these higher realms. Before we begin, I want to thank you for joining us, of course. The Circle is here every week at this time to light up our lives, to allow us to heal, to grow, and to stand as beacons of light for the world. So I also want to remind viewers to say hi. If you're here, we're live on Facebook right now. I'm just trying to get to the place where I'll see. There we are, where I can see. Yes, there's somebody. Jenny Blazek already said good morning, and good morning to you too. I'm so happy you're here. I also want to, before we start on our topic, to bring our energies in together. So if you can close your eyes wherever you are, just take that moment now to focus on breathing beautiful, pure energy and light into your body, allowing it to go all through your body and around you. And just becoming more present, inviting all of your energy to be with you now, bringing it back from anywhere where you've left it. Other times, other places, other thoughts, other things. So we can just be here together in the moment. It feels so good. Just a moment of that. It's amazing how big a difference it can make, just to kind of bring yourself in. So welcome, Loola. I want to turn to you first and ask you to share a bit about the magic of celebrating summer in this profound way.
Wow, that's an amazing topic for me. You know, I think it's one of the seasons that I feel more active. You know, it's like my mood is in that motion of celebration, joy, action, sports, outdoors, you know, like sharing with people.
Right.
So, yeah, the topic is nice because it's how I feel it is like with that in mind, you know, and actually in my heart that I know that I have that openness in this season, like receiving more insights on how can I like use this energy and not only for myself, actually for other people that is around me, and how can I be in service to, you know, and like create a more big vibrant energy maybe to touch other hearts too.
Right. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm excited actually.
Me too. I'm curious where the oracle reading is going to take us today. I do want to welcome a couple more people. I see Barbara Clark has joined us, and I'm just delighted to have you here too. So for me, this is the topic really is embracing the fullness of who we are. And if we look at summer ourselves, where we are on our journeys as a reflection of the summer season, we're at the place now where the fruits are blossoming, or they're fruiting. Actually, the fruits are ripening. The flowers are blooming. It is the fullness of that experience of the year. And so we have that within us that's emerging too. And I'm just so excited about where that's taking us this year, because I think more and more of us are stepping up as light workers and way showers and healers. I think Loola and I are both healers and coaches, and always looking at the highest and the best in the people we serve. So I think this will be a wonderful experience. I see another person. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, and I don't. Oh, it's Sunny. Sunny Underwood.
Yay.
She's. I think she comes in on her mother's account. So hi, Sunny. I've been wanting to contact you, by the way. We'll have to talk. I think she just in Hawaii.
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't talked to her since she got back. So I love Hawaii myself. I'm curious about what happened there. Anyhow, so here we are. Are you ready, Loola, for me to start drawing cards for us?
Yes, please. Okay. I'm excited.
So I always want to have a very clear intention when I do a reading. And our intention is to have guidance on opening to our soul's highest purpose, greatness, and joy in this summer season. And I'm using a special tarot deck, which is what I generally use. It's called Angel Wisdom Tarot. And I use it because along with the reading, you receive an archangel whose presence can support whatever the topic is. And that is, I use it a little differently than most people too. I draw from the major arcana first. And if you know the tarot, the major arcana are the large patterns. You could say the big picture of what's happening. And then the minor arcana are more the day-to-day. So we'll start with the major arcana, and then we'll go into the minor arcana following it. But we'll see also who this presents us with as an archangel to join us and support this journey that we're taking together. So here it comes. Yay. It is, oh my. It is number 19, major arcana card number 19, which is the sun. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. And the angel shown there is Uriel. And it says, this is a time of great joy and success, brilliant epiphanies that lead to magical opportunities, plans that work out perfectly, gratitude to the divine. And it is so much like summer, a time of great joy and success. It's like everything is blooming here. You can see it in the picture. There are sunflowers and just really beautiful. And this is Archangel Uriel, who has a flame in one hand and a scroll in the other hand. And I'm going to read a little bit from the book too. The way I look at it going into the message in the book is that each of us here will be looking for what the message is for us, because it might be slightly different for each of us. Excuse me, I have also summer allergies. It says Archangel Uriel is the quote light of God. So beautiful. And there was the flame on one hand, and is associated with the sun. In one hand, he provides the epiphany. In the other, that would be the scroll. The other, a fire for your passions. This is a time of immense joy. Success is yours, or will be, and there's more to come than you can imagine. Turn your face to the sun, open your arms, and embrace the blessings that now flow directly to you from Source. Amazing new epiphanies will come your way from Archangel Uriel and your guardian angels. Immerse yourself in the happiness they yield and be proud of what you've accomplished. It sounds so appropriate for the season. And I want to, before going further, just openly invite Archangel Uriel to join us and you might feel that fire, a beautiful, beautiful spiritual fire. And just feel his supporting energy, the light of God touching all of us as we continue. And he is supporting us in obviously the epiphanies. So just look for what the epiphanies might be for you. I'm going to read just a little more and then we can see what Loola has to say about all of this. It says, your positive thinking and faith in the universe have made your dreams come true. This triumph will bring additional opportunities for you in the future. But for now, just bask in the radiance of the sun, knowing that no one other than you could have created what you've brought forth into the world. And if you have any doubts that you've brought things into the world, that's probably a misunderstanding, because a lot of times we belittle the things that are really special about ourselves and compare what we consider our weaknesses to other people's strengths. This is a day to celebrate who you are as a blessing. So Lula, go ahead and tell us what you're noticing or what you're getting for epiphanies.
Wow. I'm so like excited, and I received the message like in my heart, you know. I remember like mentioning a little bit of the energy that I was feeling and that I used to feel in this time, you know, in summer. And what I like have is like to shine my light, because that's the only way I really will be authentic and
Right.
spread that, you know. So, and like enjoying the season, bringing my gifts out, that is could be only being, you know. I don't need to have a big strategy. It's like being there but present, you know. In that way, like I can shine my light and allow my heart to shine, and that's what is like the calling that I'm having right now. It's like, be your authentic self, that everything is gonna be like supporting you. This is the time to allow all those things to like to unfold, and that's the way to share and to help and to contribute. That's what I'm getting, you know.
And I agree
And
completely. I feel so strongly that we minimize the power of being ourselves is to the world. And I think what you said is so important, Lula, being your authentic self. You know, that's like embracing the whole idea of embracing our soul's highest purpose and greatness. That's what it is just allowing the light that we are to fully shine. That's the best thing I think any of us can do right now, because the more light we have shining, it's going to be harder for the darkness to take hold. There aren't going to be as many places for it.
beautiful said. Yes, yes, absolutely. And I'm really excited with the insight, because I have been struggling a little bit, you know, with that specifically. It's like I was very used to be in my rational mind and to feel productive, you know,
Right.
and like measuring myself according to the task that I completed or not, or like how much money or jobs or success, you know, in that like way. And universe has like taught me, sometimes not in a very easy way, you know, to be my authentic self. And that doesn't mean that I need to like, is not attached to the projects or all the things that I do and that I personally, you know, like done, and success is like being and
It
knowing
is,
that
right.
being here on earth is because I'm a precious being, and only being and smiling, I have a lot to share. And that has been something that I'm still putting in practice. There are some days that I need to like connect to my source, you know, and to have that vibration like higher to believe it more easily, because I'm a human. So there are some days that I don't feel so empowered. So that's the reason I'm sharing with you all that I'm excited, but that doesn't mean that it's so easy for me because I'm talking so openly. It's because has been something that I have been learning
Right.
and
And that's
putting
a
in
great thing
practice.
to be learning.
Absolutely.
I think that's a
And
lot of us are being told the exact same thing, that we need to value ourselves for the truth of who we are, not for the activities we do, because the activities we do that's our kind of our 3D perspective on who we are.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
sometimes when, especially, I know you've been experiencing some physical challenges, and I have too. And sometimes those occur really to almost force us to turn more within and value the blessings that we are as spiritual beings, rather than, well, I'm a this because I write a blog, I do, I teach a class, I cleaned the house this week, I did the laundry. And obviously there are things on this level that we need to do, but the main thing is to be. And I'm seeing from Jenny and from Sunny and and I think from Barbara too, everybody's saying amen, so true. And I'm just so thrilled with this as the message. I had no idea where it was going to take us. And I think that's what makes it so magical and mystical, because we don't
Absolutely.
know. But
And
that's also where the meditation is going to take us, is to embrace more fully our greatness and the actually divine masters we are. I think
absolutely.
that I don't know how many years I've had an awareness that we're all one with God, that we have our souls are present at that level. And I think those of us, anyone who has been connecting with the archangels or your guides, your spirit guides, your guardian angel, recognizes they honor us as masters. And what I'm actually being told by the beings who are working with me and my own guidance is that we also need to recognize that ourselves. And the way I perceive it now, the soul exists at different levels. So there's the soul that's in our body. There's a higher awareness of the soul than what you might call a higher self or oversoul. A larger, broader perspective of the soul exists above that. And above that actually is our identity as a master. And this is a master that's equal to any master we know. Buddha, Jesus, Kuan Yin, any of those masters we recognize, we have that above us too. And this is, I think, part of the fascination where I am now is, well, what is that for each of us? Who is that? And it's not like we're trying to name, well, I'm, at a mastery level, I'm Saint Germain or something. It's not, because there are many, many masters representing all of the souls that are on the planet, if you think about it. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. There must be thousands and thousands of masters. No matter how you divide it, it's like they split off as we come down here. So we're an aspect of that master. And I don't claim to know how many souls there are in each of those higher, we could call them also avatars. But there must be thousands of them. And I think it's not about recognizing a name. It's about recognizing, well, what are the qualities, if I'm bringing down that highest height of my soul's presence here, And that I think is what we want to do if we think that we're going to be able to change the world, is bring down that highest height from the higher dimensions into form here and embrace it. So who is that? And what qualities do I perceive when I perceive myself at that level? I know this might seem a little abstract to people, but if you think, well, I started actually having conversations with God almost 20 years ago now, that God came in as my guidance and wanted to communicate with me directly rather than through other guides I had perceived and accepted, and that wasn't easy for me. But when I was able to embrace it, I recognized we all have that, and at recognizing one step below God is that the mastery of who we are. So if we're all one with God, we're all also one with whoever that master is. Anyhow, I don't know if that if that resonates at all with you, Loola. Does that any thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think actually I agree with you in everything you said, and I think the thing is that we have levels, of evolution and understanding and growth. So I think we start thinking about those things when we are ready to, and there are, as you mentioned, different levels. So and there's a part too that's something that I'm actually learning right now and trying to put in practice, is like, yeah, we get really connected with that parts of ourselves, but then is not being there all the time also, because we're still here on earth in an ascension like moment, but sometimes feels so good to be in that other dimensions, and feeling lighter, that I'm talking about myself, get some challenges being here and being grounded, because that's a part of being humans, that the same part that doesn't allow us to like be so connected, or to realize how amazing and unlimited we are, is the same thing that sometimes gets really activated, and we forget to be present here, and to process, that is the part of being humans, that part of touching, feeling, smelling. And so I think those levels make us like evolve as our soul and human part are ready to get. So I think many of the people that are watching this are resonating what you said, because they're in different, each of us are in different levels, but we're the same, as you are mentioned. We come from that place, from the source, we have that same characteristics and abilities.
Right.
So,
right.
For me, make completely sense. And
and I think sometimes I've thought at times, well, I'm just, I'm so human. I like to go shopping, I like to go out to eat. I mean, I like to do these human things. I like to travel. I enjoy being on this plane, and in terms of the things that I can experience. There are obviously shortcomings here. And I've thought, well, how could I be someone who could have access to these higher dimensions and be so physical? But I think what you're saying too, Lilith, it's allowing ourselves to be both and understand it's not also a matter of perfection. It's not like we have to be this magnificent spiritual being, like here I am, this pious person. And I know some people are just that way more naturally. I'm just me. And I everything that I'm receiving in terms of, I guess, guidance and affirmation of all of this, that's what we're supposed to be. but having
those are-
joy with life, and like, I love this dog and he loves being here. I think it's part of his mission. He's almost always here in the circle. And the minute Lula and I connected, he wanted to get up on my lap. That's just his thing.
He's always ready for this.
Right. Yeah. I know. I don't, for some reason, I'm looking at the comments and I can't see all of the comments. For some reason, I just get a limited number. I'm going to get this fixed a little more. But I know that I'm not able to see everything that's going back, but there have been some really beautiful comments and I can see others are really resonating with this message too. And it's an important one, to embrace the physical beings we are and the spiritual beings we are at the same time, and not judge ourselves. Like, I like a glass of champagne sometimes. That's who I am. And obviously I'm also very much against addictions and overindulging, but I am all for fully enjoying life. While I'm here, I'm going to have a good time at it. And it is part of the joy, allowing ourselves to be that way. And I think those of us who are more emotionally inclined, we need that. We need to be able to have those emotional experiences. So the next thing, I also draw from the minor arcana. So I'm going to do that briefly before we go into our meditation. And this is supposed to provide a little more detail. I don't know for sure that we need more detail, but we'll see what we get here.
They're having so beautiful comments here.
Yeah, they are beautiful. I feel so blessed by Barbara. This experience. So here we have, so this is the Queen of Fire.
Wow.
And in the minor arcana, the face cards are qualities rather than day-to-day experiences. It's about qualities that we have that we might be embracing. They could be qualities that someone else has around us that maybe the inquiry relates to. In this case, each of us can look at how this relates to us personally. And of course, again, the things that resonate with you are the things that are for you. So it says brilliant, talented, independent, controlling. There is nothing you can't do. Believe in yourself. Never underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. And here's another part: the need to balance between career and life. And you might compare that also, or connect that with balancing between the spiritual and the earthly, and allowing the spiritual part to manifest. So I'm going to see what it says in the book a little bit too. That's the Queen of Air. I have to find fire. Here we are. You're not helping, buddy. He's trying to play with me. Now, where did fire go? Here we are. Queen of Fire. You or your situation, it says. There's nothing you can't do. Not only can you do anything, you can do it all, like at once, literally at the same time. And actually, it seems like that's what we've been talking about. Like we think that we need to be that. We think that we need to be doing that. You can take care of the kids, plan the meals, volunteer for your favorite charity, keep your spouse feeling like they're blessed beyond words. All the while, you're doing a corporate takeover, rocking the stock market, making time for those friends you're so incredibly loyal to and devoted to. In short, you're Superwoman. Mm-hmm. People are crazy about you and all they want is to help you. You know exactly what you want and don't care overly much about what anyone else thinks. You have the gifts to take over the world. Hey, you might as well. Someone's got to.
Beautiful.
And I think that in that also the things that we perceive maybe as going a little too far are lessons. And the things I think we were talking about, like feeling like we have to do everything, like we, we feel like we have to be Wonder Woman on a 3D level, and we don't. So I think that's part of it, the message too. What do you think, Loola?
Wow, I synchronicity. And actually I saw that someone, I think it was Barbara or Jenny, someone wrote about it, that the synchronicity, you're mentioning that, and that went directly to my heart because that's something that I have been, as I mentioned, like learning.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
and the fire again, I'm like so happy that we got like about like the energy of the sun and fire that actually are connected, and its action, and is so in tune with the season and with
Mm-hmm. Right.
summer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what
And
I was thinking too. Interesting.
yeah, it's beautiful how everything comes together,
Mm-hmm.
and in a way, listening to you where you were saying, I'm like, you see, be yourself, be happy, because I have been having some challenges, and sometimes I have my doubts, and I get like a little bit sad, and I get disconnected and I forget. So
Mm-hmm.
it's again like bringing that simplicity that, in my opinion, uh, sometimes putting simplicity like in motion is a challenge for me, because I
Yeah.
was so used to figure it out, to think about it, to have a strategy, to become, to be the one who is best in math. To no,
Mm-hmm. Right. To be
being
the
in
best in everything. Right.
exactly, and that tendency of being perfect and like hiding my wounds,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's like focusing on, I know there are many things that I want to keep working on, but at the same time is feeling, loving myself actually, and falling in love with myself every day, and in that way my light, my joy, everything is gonna go out. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like that reminder of being, and being here. That's already a lot,
Right.
being
Yeah.
here today, breathing, having this body, not and loving it. There are many things that with my ego I sometimes don't accept. So it's bringing everything to that simplicity and to be present to the fire, to enjoy, to be my authentic self again. That's everything
Mm-hmm.
that more words that are coming, and this card like puts us in the everyday, day by day, how those things make us be beautiful beings, the beautiful
Mm-hmm.
beings that we are actually.
Right. Yeah. No, I think also I've been, I wanted to mention we're receiving so many beautiful messages here. Barbara Clark says, so perfect and encouraging for the season I am in. Thank you, Universe and Lula and Jane, for having the circle today. Yeah,
Oh,
it
thank you,
is.
Barbara.
Yeah, it's very, it just is, and this so often happens with these readings. It's like so much more than I was expecting. I was thinking, whoa, I wonder what's going to happen. And I want to thank Uriel too. I think it's time for our meditation. So, and what we're going to do is just embrace some of that beautiful energy of who we are in this meditation.
Mhm.
So,
Love
if you're in a place where you can join us, please do. We're going to start again by closing our eyes and breathing. We have Uriel here. And I also want to invite Archangel Metatron, who is one of the guiding forces for me. And he is one of the archangels who is actually overseeing this awakening that we're experiencing. and just both so much love. And I'm just sensing beautiful, divine, golden white, sparkling light flowing down over me. And each of us can experience this in our own ways. My hands are tingling. Just so much love from these angels. So we can be breathing in that love and light. And what we want to do to connect with those higher parts of ourselves and with the angels, to be able to receive messages from the archangels and from our source, wherever we're aiming, is to meet them part way. And one of the easiest ways I know of is to breathe in more light, feeling lighter energy within our being, and rising to a place like a beautiful, lofty mountaintop, just one of the highest heights on the planet. And maybe for you, it's a cloud, it could be something else, but just a mountaintop is a beautiful one. And when we get there, it's one of those ones with a panoramic 360-degree view of the world. We just breathe in that clear country air and feeling that gentle breeze. And as we look out over the expanse, feeling that sense of connectedness with everyone and everything, which also connects us more with those higher dimensional awarenesses that we have. So you might have a place, you can imagine us together in the circle. And there is so much power in numbers too. Even if we're not in the same room, we're in the same intention, in the same space. And we're outside of time, so we can be here at different times even and experience the collective of our energy. So we're here together, and now I want us to turn your attention to the sun above, which is source, and allow it to shine down on us. We can shine down a higher vibration of energy. So we could say, as we reach the mountaintop, we feel our soul's energy, we feel the connectedness, the love, and we can invite that sun, that light of source, to bring down an even higher frequency, that higher vibration of the soul, the more fullness of the soul, and feel it flowing down over us, all around us, our whole energy field, and within us, allowing that light to touch all of the cells of our body, along with the light from the archangels. And I sense there are more of them here now joining us. And you might sense Archangel Michael. I sense Raziel. There are many, many angels who are here with us. And just integrating that higher vibration. If we want to elevate our frequency, it seems to work in steps. Like we can embrace that next level. So we embrace some, and now we can invite down a higher level of vibration. Maybe this is the vibration that corresponds to the level of our higher self or oversoul, and just invite that even higher frequency of light, again flowing down over us, filling the whole energy field, all of the layers of your energy field, feeling it in your body, and feeling your sense of self now, how you feel. And the oversoul is generally considered to be the self that is a community. Maybe you could call it your spiritual family, those who are all connected in a special way, a special sense of oneness. And I think we tend to come together with people who are just naturally with people who are part of our spiritual family. So many of us here may be part of the same spiritual family. So you can feel that lofty vibration. And then if you feel like more, sometimes if it feels like too much, you can just stay where you are. If you feel like you could accept more, just invite that master level of energy to flow down over you, connecting yourself with the truth of who you are way up there, maybe around the 10th dimension. And notice how that feels in your body, if your body feels differently, feeling the energy around you. Feeling who you are in relation to what's happening on the planet now. And I perceive us all as blessings for the world. And of course, we're also one with our source itself, with God, with our creator. And understand from this place also that so many of the things that we identify with when we're down here, like needing to be something, maybe a lot of that is falling away now. More than needing to be something to prove something, here is opening to being something and allowing ourselves to be whole and complete. Sometimes when I arrive at this place, I just want to stay because all of the weight of the world is gone. And we reach that point. It's a process for each of us where we're receiving and growing. And then we get to the point where we're radiating. And there's a balance. We're receiving some and radiating some. And it becomes more, we become more of the radiators and open fully to that blessing of the master, the greatness of who we are. You could call it also unique genius within us that we're here to bless the world with. And like I said, I feel like I could stay here for a while, but we don't have time, all the time in the world. We need to be coming back. So can hold on to this awareness and allow yourself to gradually drift back down more into awareness of the third dimensional plane of reality, feeling your feet in your seat, rooted to the ground, and also fully connected above. And we can also ask the angels to keep us balanced as we come back. Archangel Sandalphon is beautiful, beautiful angel for bringing us fully back into our bodies. And just take your time, breathing more active energy. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Might take a little moment.
Wow. I have tears of joy. Wow, Jane. Woo. Coming back.
All right.
Wow.
I feel like I'm vibrating.
Me too.
I'm kind of humming here.
Yeah, this was an amazing experience today.
Yeah.
Every time, it's a unique experience, but oh God. So
I know, it
beautiful.
almost leaves you speechless. That's how I feel like. Whew.
You know, Jane, this was so magical. Actually, I started feeling a lot of things before you start mentioning many of them, you know, like,
Hmm.
whew, I was I was in a gathering actually. I went to the top of the mountain and I was opening my arms, you know, like, woo! And I was seeing how other people were getting there. And then we were a group of people, many
Hmm.
people.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and I started feeling the presence of the angels, archangels, and actually God. This time God spoke directly to me.
Hmm.
And I have that I perceive actually Metatron like stepping aside and allowing me to receive directly
Wow.
the message, you know, and I was hugged this time directly from God. And he was laughing. That presence was laughing and saying, you all are my like my kids, part of me, you know, like was so beautiful. And being when you started mentioning about the family, and I was actually there with many people. I didn't see faces, but I felt that
Hmm.
energy, and I was able to feel how important I am and we are.
Right.
And I felt so loved, you know, and like,
Yeah.
and
The
then I
depth
start
of the
feeling
love that's
lighter.
available is really,
Yeah.
to me, is just amazing sometimes. And
Yeah.
I
And I
think
was open.
connecting with these dimensions too, I want to mention before I forget, is I feel such a deep, deep sense of gratitude to all those beings because they're supporting us and keeping us stable and keeping us safe. And they're guiding
Absolutely.
us.
Yeah. And I felt that like when you reach that top of the mountain, but I was from a place of love, you know, and like all together was not only like I arrived alone, you know, respecting the speed of everyone and the process, but we were all together and I felt how we are one. And that's
Mm-hmm.
when God like spoke to me. And when you invite us to go, if we are like open, we were open today to go in a higher level, maybe if was the day. Today was the day for me. And I felt without any like a specific answer, but I felt so grateful about my mission, you know, like I feel that I belong. That was the part.
Yes.
I belong.
Yes, you
I
do, of
belong.
course.
And yes, I felt it. And that's the reason I felt the need of like release some tears, because I was feeling so light, and I was actually I transformed into light, and I fusionated with that light of God this
Mm-hmm.
time,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so beautiful. It's like I like was light, and then I started like shining all around that light, because it's for everyone, it's not mine, you know. It's like was beautiful, and I felt how my body, I don't know, I was feeling, I didn't feel my arms and my legs. I felt like, I don't know, was an amazing experience, Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was able to go really deep today and
Mm-hmm.
felt really
Yeah, I think
connected.
we all did. I'm getting messages from others too. Barbara Clark says, no words. And
Oh
that's
yeah.
how I feel too. It's kind of like usually at this time, then we draw a card for where we're going, like our direction. I think the meditation was our direction. Nikki Wood is here too. Welcome, Nikki. And she says, beautiful and powerful. And
And
it
I
is,
love to see
there
all
is
those
that
hearts.
sense of that we are all here together.
Absolutely. And I wrote because actually I'm feeling the love that the circle, I'm feeling a lot of love today, you know? from the people that are connected, from you, from our guides, from and I'm feeling that it's like, because in my personal situation right now, it's like, yeah, I went to the top of the mountain and I overcome, many of the things that I'm experiencing right now. And I was able to feel that as a part of my journey, and accepting it,
Mhm.
and accepting every tear, every sadness, every moment that I was not really in a high note, because it's part of me. And I was
Mhm.
able to observe, and to accept, to love myself about it, because that's what makes me be who I am.
Right. Yeah.
And that's my actual task. I'm falling in love with myself.
Mhm.
That's what I'm doing. And
Right. Yeah, and
these
when
have
we can
given
do
me
that, you
more.
see, then we can love everyone and everything without any complications or conditions. Jenny says, light as a feather. I like that.
Yeah, she's
And
so
while I
right.
think of it, I do want to say also this has been, I mean, that was pretty high frequency that we were working with. So I would suggest for today, just make sure you're grounded, drink plenty of water, move. Walking will move energy, because there are probably things that it's stirring up that can clear too, which is a good thing. But I mean, I felt that was really
I need
wonderful.
water for sure.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
And it is, I think, from this place, it's like there's no doubt about why we're here and how we can most beautifully serve, which is, this is it. Jenny says, no one can be you other than you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what we're here to do, is to be. We think we're here to do.
Oh yeah. And the ego, my ego loves that,
Mm-hmm.
Actually, today I was observing myself and having a conversation with my husband about it. I was like, look at me. I was so human yesterday when I saw this and I mentioned it. Like, like I was able to observe my ego completely there, like wanting to confuse me. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
no, today, no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you a break today. and
Right.
and yeah, like embracing that part of my
Mm-hmm.
uniqueness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to embrace ourselves. I think I've been also enjoying connecting. There's an entity called Brashar he has ways of relating to the worldly things, and he really simplifies it. He says, follow your excitement, and whatever happens, take it as a positive. There's something positive in it, whether it's what you want or what you don't want. There's something positive in it that's going to show you your next step. Maybe if it shows you what you don't want, you can say, this is not what I want. I'm excited, and just continue to follow that. And that is your blessing to the world. It's that aliveness of who you are. And just keep doing that. And don't let any of it bog you down, like I'm doing something wrong. I like recently I broke one of my toes, and a lot of things I haven't been able to do. And then you think, well, maybe I'm supposed to spend more time being, like, because I can't move around the way I used to. And
Oh
it's
yes.
all, there's something good within there's a seed of good in everything. And if you can look at everything happening for us, everything is happening for us to light the way to the next opportunity that's available to us. It's not like we can't accomplish anything in the world, but we can do it in a different way that completely blesses ourselves and everything, and every step.
Absolutely. And yeah, that's the part of other perspective that I think is something that my spiritual journey has taught me, is like that other perspective that I'm not seeing, And is that I remember mentioning today the simplicity of things, you know, and you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned the same in other words right now. It's like sometimes I complicate things because I'm
Mm-hmm.
in my mind, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to figure things from that place. And I'm learning every day to be more in my heart, and that's a part of transformation, you know, takes time, but I'm
Right.
doing better than yesterday. I know
Right.
because I feel it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And also well, probably the last year I've been spending more time meditating, connecting with the angels. Um, we're going to be actually Philip and I are going to be teaching there are three things we've been focusing on. One is the archangels, another one is the oracles. I look at connecting with the angel wisdom tarot and how that also connects me with angels. At the same time, it's we've kind of come to call it organized synchronicity. It's like you get into a flow, a magical flow through the messages and the connections that you make. And the third thing that we have been doing is we started going to our Akashic records. So if you want more like specific information about yourself, your Akashic records have everything.
It's exciting.
There's one really strange message there. I don't know what that's about. Anyhow, we're going to be teaching a course in that in August. So since we're coming towards that end, I might as well tell everyone, if you want to be on our mailing list and learn more and just read our most recent post on it, you can go to gettingthrough.org, which is gettingthru.org/spiritual. And there's an article there, and you can receive our Lightworker resource kit, and you'll also get to hear about what's coming for us. Loola, would you like to share how people can find out more about you and anything that's going on in your world that you want to announce?
Yeah, I want to announce that I'm in a period of focusing on my self experience before launching more programs and things, but I'm still open to work directly with people. And people can find about me, about myself in my webpage that is Loola Mora, LOOLAMORA.com. And in social media, the same, Loola with two O's. And I mean, Facebook and Instagram. And I also have a YouTube channel, but it's in Spanish. And I'm sharing in that channel lots of holistic tools to be like in a wellness state and transform.
Wonderful.
So yeah, with the same name, you can find me in the different social media like apps and directly my webpage. And I would love to
Wonderful.
connect. Actually, it doesn't need to be a specific.
And you're on Facebook.
Yes, I'm on Facebook.
I love
So
Facebook Messenger. That you can connect with a
yeah,
lot of
it's
people that way,
great. We can
become friends.
connect and absolutely.
Yeah.
So don't hesitate to contact me because I love to talk. I love to chat. So
Right.
don't hesitate.
Wonderful. Thank you. And you can find out more about the circle at circleofloveandlight.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're gradually expanding our reach. And there are a few ways you can support the circle if you appreciate what we're doing and want to be more engaged with us. You can go to we're on Enlightened World Network every Sunday. We also have a page on Facebook, facebook.com/awakenings circle. And you can go there and like our page. That's really supportive. You can also share this video with your friends from that page. You can do it from Enlightened World Network too, but there are a lot of different things going on. It becomes hard to find the videos after the first day or so, and our page it's easier to find things. And you can invite your friends and join us in the circle together next time or anytime. We always are grateful for your presence. So with that, it's farewell. There is one last thing we always do, which is send that love and light out through the week to our future. So this is a beautiful time, and know that if you do that, you can send it with all the colors from the angels, whatever energy you want, and know that it's going to be there for you every day of the week ahead and further. But if you come back next week, you can get more new energy. And we hope you'll be with us. So thanks again. Any final words, Loola?
Let's keep being ourselves.
Right. I
So
think
we
that's a
can
good
spread
place
love
to,
all around.
yes, and that's what we're here for. And we certainly were the love today. So thanks everybody. Bye-bye.